The story of Dolly Parton begins in a small, one-room cabin tucked deep in the Great Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. It was a place with no luxury, no comfort, and very little money. Dolly was the fourth of 12 children, raised in a family she would later describe as dirt poor. But despite the lack of material wealth, her home was filled with something far more powerful: music, faith, and storytelling. From a very young age, music was not something she learned. It was something she lived. Her mother filled the house with old ballads passed down through generations, while the local Pentecostal church brought rhythm, emotion, and energy into her life. By the time Dolly was 6 years old, she was already creating music of her own, playing a homemade guitar crafted from whatever materials her family could find. Her voice carried something unusual, stories that sounded older than she was, filled with emotion and depth far beyond her years. Her talent did not go unnoticed. One of her uncles recognized early that she had something rare. He helped her get small opportunities on local radio and television, and by the age of 10, Dolly was already performing for audiences beyond her small community. For a girl from the mountains, this was more than just exposure. It was a glimpse into a world far bigger than anything she had known. But Dolly did not dream small. The day after graduating high school in 1964, she made a decision that would change everything. With nothing more than a cardboard suitcase and a dream, she boarded a bus to Nashville. There was no backup plan, no safety net, just belief in her voice and her ability to tell stories that people would feel. The early days were not easy. Nashville was full of talent, full of competition, and full of people chasing the same dream. But Dolly had something that set her apart. She was not just a singer, she was a songwriter. And not just any songwriter. She had the ability to turn real emotion into simple, unforgettable melodies. Her breakthrough came in 1967 when country star Porter Wagoner invited her to join his television show. It was a major opportunity, placing her in front of a national audience. Together, they created hit duets and became a well-known pair in country music. But behind the success, there was tension. Dolly was being seen as the girl singer, a supporting role. And that was not enough for her. She had bigger ambitions. She wanted to write. She wanted to lead. She wanted to build something of her own. That desire eventually led to a difficult decision: to leave the show in 1974. It was not just a professional move, it was personal. And from that moment came one of the most iconic songs in music history, "I Will Always Love You." A song written not out of anger, but out of respect and gratitude. A goodbye that would go on to become one of the best-selling songs of all time. With that, Dolly Parton stepped fully into her own story, and the world was about to see what she was truly capable of. As Dolly Parton moved into her solo career, she did something very few artists managed to do. She crossed boundaries, not just between genres, but between entire audiences. She blended her Appalachian roots with a polished modern sound that could reach both country listeners and mainstream audiences, and it worked. Songs like Jolene, Here You Come Again, and 9 to 5 didn't just become hits, they became cultural moments. Her voice, her storytelling, and her personality made her impossible to ignore. She wasn't just another country singer anymore, she became a global figure. But Dolly was never only about music. She understood something many artists don't: how to build something bigger than songs. Her role in the film 9 to 5, alongside Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, showed the world another side of her. She was funny, confident, and relatable. The film itself carried a powerful message about working women, and Dolly became a symbol of strength and independence, especially for those who felt overlooked or underestimated. Behind the bright outfits and the humor was a sharp, strategic mind. One of the clearest examples came when Elvis Presley wanted to record her song, "I Will Always Love You." For many artists, that would have been an automatic yes. But there was a condition. His team wanted half of the publishing rights. Dolly refused. It was a bold decision, risky, but it proved something important. She understood her value, she protected her work, and that choice would later pay off in ways few could have imagined. Her business vision didn't stop there. She created Dollywood, a theme park in her hometown that became one of the largest employers in the region. What started as a personal connection to her roots turned into a massive success, blending entertainment, culture, and community. She wasn't just building a brand, she was building opportunities for others. But perhaps her most powerful impact came through something much quieter. Literacy. Inspired by her father, who never had the chance to learn to read, Dolly created the Imagination Library in 1995. The idea was simple but powerful. Send free books to children from birth until they start school. What began as a small local project grew into something global. Millions of children across multiple countries received books because of her vision. In a world where success is often measured by awards and money, Dolly created something that measured success in opportunity, in education, and in the future of young minds. And still, she remained the same person at her core. Authentic, humble, unapologetically herself. In times of crisis, she gave, quietly funding disaster relief, supporting medical research, and even contributing to the development of the COVID-19 vaccine. She never used these actions to seek attention. She did them because she believed it was the right thing to do. Today, after decades in the spotlight, Dolly Parton continues to evolve. She experiments with new music, collaborates with younger artists, and stays connected to new generations without losing what made her special in the first place. Her story is not just about fame. It's about identity. It's about staying true to who you are, even when the world expects you to change. Dolly once said, "Find out who you are and do it on purpose." And that is exactly what she did. From a small cabin in Tennessee to global influence, she built a life on talent, courage, and kindness, proving that where you start does not define where you can go.